Class begins.
Stand up.
Good morning, class. Okay, slow please. Today we are going to learn reading and thinking, explore the Chinese writing system of Book 1, Unit 5, languages around the world. To begin with, let's look at some pictures. Do you know the name of these pictures? 甲骨文, yeah, we also call them oracle, but it's okay to just call them 甲骨文. Do you know where do we carve them? Animal shells and bones. Very good, you're very knowledgeable. They are symbols carved on animal shells and bones. And did you know how old are they? Thousands of years. Yeah, you know about our Chinese characters already, right? We Chinese created them as early as over 3,000 years ago. Wow, that's a really long history, right? So now could you tell me, do you think 甲骨文 is easy to read, to understand? Yes? Some say yes, some say no. Okay, now let's play a guessing game to see if you can guess the simplified Chinese from 甲骨文. The first one? Ren? Yes, very good. Good start. Shan. Or hor? Okay, see this one, to see the difference. Yeah, this one is hor, exactly. How about this one? Yu. Yes, that's right. You have really sharp eyes. Yes, straight. Running words. How about this one? A little bit similar to the former one. Yes, being. Is it what? It's actually young. Okay, how about the last one? Wow, is it a cat? Okay. How did you know it's Bing? How did you get it?
Because I have seen it on the internet, so...
Oh, you've seen it before?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. We can see that actually it's a little bit like the real things we are using back then, right? From these pictures, we can see that our ancestors are very creative in inventing characters. So today, let's read a test to learn more about our language. Before we read the test, let's look at the board together. Look at the title and the picture of the test. Can you tell me, what will the test talk about? Okay, please.
I think it will talk about the development of Chinese writing system.
Very good. Okay, and what about your opinion?
It may tell us about the connection between past and present about the Chinese writing system.
Very good. Talk about connection between past and present. Thank you for your sharing. Now, could you read the test in 2 minutes to check your prediction? Okay, thumbs up. Is your prediction right? Yes. What's the main idea of the test? What is your prediction? What is the main idea of the test after your first reading? Yeah? Is your prediction right?
Quite.
Right.
Almost.
Almost right. Okay,
That's
can you
right.
tell us the main idea?
I think it also tells the development of Chinese writing system.
Yeah, the development from
1,000 years.
1,000 years ago to the present day, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
And is important role.
You also talk about the important roles of written Chinese.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thanks for sharing. Okay, now I think the test in detail about the development, the history, and mentions its important role. Yeah, we've known the main idea of the test. Now let's move on to the main idea of each paragraph. Could you read the text quickly in 2 minutes and read and find the main idea of each paragraph? Don't forget to fill in the blanks on your handout. And before we get started, can anybody tell me, how do we find main idea of paragraphs? Do you have any skills? Yeah, you please.
Keywords and sentences in paragraph.
Yeah, keywords, key sentences, very good. Thanks for sharing. Now let's get started. Let's finish this in 2 minutes. Anybody want to come up here and share your answers with Becky, please? Do you want it to be red? Yeah, okay, it's okay. Is this right? If you finish first, you can check your answer with the deskmate. Okay, now let's check the answers together. The first one, do you all agree that it's one of the main factors? Yeah, or we can also put it one of the reasons. Yeah, the same thing, that's right. And paragraph 2, written Chinese was a picture-based. You agree? Yes, very good. This paragraph 3, writing system became well developed, very good. And paragraph 4 became unified, very good. Paragraph 5, written Chinese connect China's present with its past, very good. And thus paragraph, the Chinese language is helping to appreciate Chinese culture and history. Anyone have different opinion about this blank? Chinese language helping to appreciate? Yeah. What about you? What's your opinion? Do you have different opinion?
I think it's Chinese language is helping to spread China's culture and history.
Okay, spread. Which one do you think is better? Spread China's culture and history or appreciate everyone? Which one do you think is better? Spread? Okay, anybody tell us why do you think spread is better than appreciate? Xiaqi, please.
Because I think Chinese language cannot help us to appreciate Chinese culture and history, but spread. The subject is different, maybe.
Maybe it's better in this way. Chinese language is helping foreign students to appreciate our culture and history, right? Okay,
Yes.
thanks for sharing. I think spread is better. Okay, now since we have done the main idea of each paragraph, and as you predicted, this test talks about the development, the history of written Chinese, right? So now let's move on to read paragraph 2 to 4 in 2 minutes, and to find out, to dig on more about the development of written Chinese. Now could you read paragraph 2 to 4 and tell me how many different periods of time are mentioned? Okay, I see some of you are really efficient enough to start filling out your timeline. Could you at the very beginning share with everyone how many different periods of time are mentioned in paragraph 2 to 4 about the history of written Chinese? How many different periods of time? Can you please? What do you have?
I think there are five.
It's okay.
I think there are 5 different periods of time.
Very good. 5. Do you agree 5? 5? Okay, what are they?
The first is several thousand years ago.
Oh, several thousand years ago. Good.
The second is Shang Dynasty. The third is over the years. The fourth is Qin Dynasty. The last one is modern society.
Modern society or modern days, right? Okay, very good. Now please, you all agree with him or do you have different opinion? Yeah, I think these are the 5 different time periods. At the beginning, Shang, over time, Qin, and till today. Now read these 3 paragraphs and fill in the timeline. Could you put down what happened at different periods of time? Let's finish this one in 2 minutes. Focus on paragraph 2 to 4. Okay, I have to stop you here. Anybody want to share with us your opinion about the history of written Chinese? Okay, maybe we leave the chance to the boy in the back. Thank you. What happened at the beginning?
In my opinion, in the beginning, the Chinese writing system is a picture-based language.
Yeah, picture-based.
And in the Shang Dynasty,
Before we move on to Shang Dynasty, do you have more details? What was written Chinese back then? What was it like?
it was carved on animal bones.
Yeah, then it was symbols, right? It was still symbols.
Yes.
Carved on bones. Very good. Now move on to Shang Dynasty.
And in Shang Dynasty, it became a well-developed writing system.
Very good.
And over time, I think in the warring states, it has led to many varieties of dialects and characters.
Yeah, varieties of dialects and characters. So it's developed into different forms. And why there are so many varieties, why there are varieties of dialects and characters? It's because
people was divided geographically.
geographically very good. This time it was different because people were divided geographically. Very good. Move on to the next part.
And continue in Qing Dynasty began to develop in one direction.
Yeah, very good. In one direction, just like we mentioned while we are summarizing an idea of paragraphs, it developed, it became
Unified.
Unified, very good, unified.
And till today, people still communicate in writing.
Yeah, today people still communicate in writing. Okay, could you add more details? Okay, thank you very much.
People communicate in writing wherever they live.
Wherever they live
And whichever
whatever dialects they speak, very good. Still, today, we Chinese can communicate in writing wherever you live, whatever dialects you speak, right? Now let's look at this development, the development of the written Chinese. We can see that written Chinese has gone through many ups and downs itself in its development, and it has a really long history, right? So think about it. What role do you think written Chinese play in the course of China's history? What kind of role? Chen Shan, could you?
It records the articles in the past and to the present. Also, it tells us the story in the past, and we can know the past things, so we can learn from it and develop now.
Yeah, very good. That's your understanding of its important roles. Very good, just like you mentioned. Thank you very much. Now, could you read paragraph 4 to 6 and underline the expressions of importance? Let's do this in 1 minute. How many expressions of importance? Okay. Could you please be a little bit quiet today? How many did you get? How many did you find?
I get 3 of them.
3. Okay,
First
what
one
are they?
is from the paragraph 4.
4.
Line 2.
Line 2.
The writing system was of great importance in
Yeah. The first one, be of great importance, the first importance. Okay, what is the second one?
The second one is from the paragraph 5. Written Chinese has also become an important means.
Yeah, an important means, you mean. And the third one?
And the third one is from the last paragraph.
Last paragraph. Okay.
The Chinese writing system is still an important part of Chinese culture.
Very good. Okay, stop please. Anybody else? Okay, how about the girl? Do you agree with him or do you have more?
Yeah, I have more. I have one in paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5?
Line 3. The high regard for the Chinese writing system.
Yeah.
The high regard.
The high regard for it, or in this paragraph we have an expression of importance that is the similar meaning of high regard for it. What is that? It has become an important part of culture. Okay, so please. I think you've done a better job than my requirement. Now this one, I just need to put down expressions of important. Now we have important part of Chinese culture. We can see that the author mentions the importance 4 times to stress written Chinese status, right? Now could you read more and tell me, what does the first importance refer to? What does the first importance refer to? Okay, could you?
I think the first important refers to Chinese writing system is used as a bridge to communication.
To communication?
Yes.
Did you get this from the first importance?
Yes.
The first importance in paragraph 4, line 2, writing system was of great importance in...
In uniting, it's the writing system that connecting people and the culture.
Yeah, connecting the Chinese people and culture. Very good, now please. And the boy behind you, the second importance, what does it refer to?
In paragraph 5, it refers to the written Chinese connected is present, is past.
Very good. Could you read more? Okay, so please, very good. Could you read more and tell me, how does written Chinese connect its present and its past? Okay, you please.
The whole modern times.
It's okay, you're loading up.
Modern times and read the classic works of ancient times today.
Very good. It's like we are communicating with our ancestor, right? Very good. How about the last one? The third one? Anybody? What does the third importance refer to? Okay. How about this girl first? Can you please?
Chinese writing system can be seen in the development of Chinese characters as an art form, known as Chinese calligraphy.
Calligraphy, you mean? Okay. In other words, we can say that written Chinese is not only just it's not just a language for communication. It's an art form. I think which is not common for other writing system, right? Okay. So now please, how about the last one? Okay, you please.
I think the last one is China has been playing a great role in global affairs, so it's important to master Chinese language to communicate better.
Yeah, Chinese language is what? Is important in what way?
In communication, and that the international students to appreciate China's culture and history.
Yeah, for communication, they can learn more about our culture and history, right? Thank you very much. Okay, now let's look at these importances. We can see that written Chinese connects its past with its present, like it's mentioned on our title. Could you discuss your group members and tell me what other things does written Chinese connect? You can discuss this question with your partners. Can you finish your discussion? Anyone want to share your opinion with us? Can you? How about the boy first? Yeah, you please. The boy first. What do you have?
Our group discussed that the written Chinese connects life and art form.
Life and art form. Life and art, you mean? What else?
And it connects people and culture.
People and culture. Very good. Good point.
The last one is it
Last
connects China and the globe.
China and globe. You mean the world
Yes, yes.
or the globe? Very good. Anything else? Yeah, and Chen Shuai, what do you have? Chen Shuai, please.
I think Chinese Chinese writing system also communicate with people in China. For example, some people in one area speak different dialects from the other area, so they can communicate with Chinese characters as Chinese language, so we can communicate with each other. So we feel people in one area and people in another area.
Yeah, very good. You mean it connects different groups of people, right? Very good. Thanks for sharing. And as I put it down at the very first, present, the past, and the present, right? Okay. Now we can. You have more to share.
I want to change the life into Chinese character.
You want to change life into Chinese characters. Very. Can you explain your choice?
Because in the paragraph, it just talks about Chinese character itself as an art form like calligraphy, but
You didn't mention much about life, you mean. Very good point. So you believe characters is better than life. Everybody, which one do you think is better? Life is better or language itself is better? Yeah, maybe language. Thanks for sharing. We can see that the author mentions the importance of written Chinese from these basically four different aspects. Think about it. Why does he do that? What could be his attitude? Does the author hold a positive or negative attitude towards written Chinese? Positive indeed. Okay, now let's read the text in 2 minutes. Can you find words or expressions to support you? Okay, time is up. I've just love you here. Anybody want to share with us? Okay, Xiaqi first.
In paragraph 5, line 3, as Ru Yue just said, the high regard for, and the regard means respect. And in paragraph 6, line 3, appreciate. And these brilliant words indicate that the author holds a positive attitude towards the Chinese writing system.
Very good. Xiaoqi finds high regard for and finds appreciate. Very good. Anybody else do have anything else to add? How about the boy? Yeah, you, please.
Last paragraph, last line.
Yeah, last paragraph. What did you find?
This amazing language.
Why do you think amazing can show that?
The author thinks the language is unbelievable.
It shows that the author thinks that written Chinese is unbelievable. Very good, unbelievable. Anything else? Okay, how about the voice? Yeah, the discipline.
From paragraph 3,
Paragraph 3.
we can see that the written Chinese is profound and far-reaching.
Oh, can you find an exact word or expression from our text? Your information was kind of concluded from paragraph 3, right? You mean that it's very profound and with a long history. Can you find the exact word or expression from the text?
Maybe paragraph 2.
2.
Several thousand years.
There have been several thousand years to prove that. I think it's a fact. It cannot express the author's opinion, right? How about we listen to other classmates' opinion?
Yes, the first paragraph.
First paragraph?
Yes, the first sentence. China is widely known for its ancient civilization, which has continued all the way during modern times.
Very good. Please, I think you have found more evidences than me. Just like we mentioned, the important part of Chinese culture, the four importance, I think is a clear clue. And then we have appreciate, we have amazing, and we also, I think your first paragraph is also very persuasive. One of the main factors to help our Chinese civilization, right? So we can see based on what we learned, we've seen that written Chinese carries our culture and history wherever it goes. So I think we students should better understand our language, then we better promote it, right? So now let's watch a video to explore more about Chinese characters.
The history of Chinese characters dates back to ancient times, with a history of at least several thousand years. There are many tales and legends about the origin of Hanzi, Chinese characters.
Sorry, but I have a job for you to do before watching this one. As I was saying, the title of the video is Chinese characters, right? So suppose that you are director of this video. Suppose you're a director, what would you like to introduce about our Chinese characters? Yeah? It's okay, you're loud enough.
The history of Chinese characters.
Yeah, the history?
And the development of Chinese characters.
The what? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you.
Development.
Development today?
Yes.
Oh, you mean the development today? Development? Development? Okay, sorry, my friend. I didn't get much good hearing. What else?
And I think that will be the meaning of the Chinese characters.
The variety, the meaning of Chinese characters. Very good points. Very good points. Now let's watch this video to see if you are good enough to be the director, or did you have the same ideas with the director in the beginning?
The history of Chinese characters dates back to ancient times, with a history of at least several thousand years. There are many tales and legends about the origin of Hanzi, Chinese characters. There is Zhang Jie, the legendary inventor of Chinese characters, the ancient practice of knot tying, the 8 trigrams, and ancient painting legends, to name a few. It is generally agreed that Hanzi began as simple pictures, images that the ancient Chinese people drew, painted, or carved to describe nature or their lives. Other ancient cultures developed picture-based writing systems as well, such as the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt or the script of the ancient Mayan civilization. Hanzi, however, is the only one of these ancient writing systems to survive. Today, Chinese characters are the oldest continuously used system of writing in the world. Researchers generally agree that the oldest symbols recognizable as Chinese characters are those found on ancient oracle bones. These 3,000-year-old symbols, known as jiaguan, were carved on turtle shells or bones of animals. The jiaguan can give all of us in the modern era insight into how ancient Chinese saw the world around them, and into their great creativity in expressing their observations. Take, for example, the modern character Jia, meaning home or family. The Jiaguan character looks like a house with a nice pig inside, originating from the ancient idea that a good family home has plenty of food. Over thousands of years, this Hanzi evolved into a variety of different forms, but finally developed in a more stable manner after the unification of China under Emperor Qin Shi Huang. When you first look at Chinese characters, you will most likely feel that they are very complicated. However, if you know just a little about how these characters are formed, you will find that they are not nearly as difficult as they seem. About 80% of Chinese characters are composed of smaller parts, known as radicals, which are combined in many different ways to form tens of thousands of Hanzi. Fortunately, you need to know only about 2,000 or 3,000 characters for use in daily life. Chinese characters and Chinese culture are inseparably linked. China's unified writing system forms a strong bridge linking the Chinese people and culture of the present with those of the past. No matter when or where you live, if you can read Chinese, you can read ancient Chinese classics. It is truly an amazing thing to be able to hear the thoughts and observations of people from thousands of years ago. As China takes its place in the international community, the Chinese writing system has spread to other countries. Today, many international students are studying Chinese, both the spoken and written language, and are coming to appreciate China's fascinating culture. And as China's culture and society have continued to develop, the amazingly versatile Chinese characters have been adapted for use in digital format on computers and other devices. And so, written Chinese lives on, spreading Chinese culture wherever it goes.
We can see that it did talk about your point about history and its writing. Yes, very good at guessing. Now, could you tell me or share with us, how do you feel after watching this video? Okay, the girl first.
I feel proud because I learned Chinese characters is the only continuously used language in the world.
The continuously used writing system.
In the world.
Language, very good. Xiaoqi, please.
I became very interested in Chinese writing system because I think, just as you mentioned, Jia, how it formed, I think it is really interesting and meaningful.
Yeah, you want to learn more about the origins. Yeah,
Yes.
Chen Shan, would you like to share?
Different from they feel, I feel very stressful.
Stressful?
Yeah,
How is that?
The wisdom of the Asian
You
people.
mean you feel stressed?
I feel stressful about the Chinese characters. Yes, people in ancient times, they create the characters and developing a very well system. But for our teenagers, we should try our best to spread the Chinese characters and learn them well. It's very difficult, but we have to. So I feel very stressful. But
you feel that your shoulder has a lot of responsibility to take, you mean?
yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. Now, in this class, we've learned about the written Chinese past and present. So have you wondered about its future? Now let's discuss this question in your groups. Let's discuss this question. Do you think the written Chinese language might become a global language like English in the future? Can you discuss this question in your group and try to write down some reason to support your opinion? Yes or no? In your groups of four, could you turn around to do a discussion? I will give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do discussion and write down your reasons. Clear? 5 minutes. Sorry, but I have to stop your heated discussion here. Any group want to present your idea to the class first? Any group? Okay, Xiaoqi's group. Who's the presenter? Yeah. It's okay. Okay, could you?
Good morning, everyone. Our group totally disagree that idea that Chinese language might not become the global language. For example, we have 2 reasons to stand for our opinion. The first one, it's difficult to learn Chinese. For the Chinese language system is different from the European country and the other world, so it's difficult for them to learn. And there are many differences in grammar rules and something else. the second reason is that we should first talk about how the English became global language. First, England learned the other world and Caucasus part of the world and forced people to learn English. So English became global language. But for our Chinese people, who we love is the peace and it's a peace. Yeah. So we want Caucasus part of the world and force them to learn our Chinese language.
Very good. You think Chinese is more complicated than English?
Yes.
As the English teacher, I should feel really relieved. Thank you. Okay, any other different opinion to share of this group? Who's the presenter? Who's the presenter?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our groups totally agree with the idea that Chinese language might become a global language like English in the future. It would be for two reasons. Firstly, rooted in China, the Chinese language is featured with extensive and brilliant culture and history. It is a profound culture that makes Chinese more and more popular. Secondly, as the comprehensive national power of China is gradually increasing, the spread of Chinese culture and language will become a global phenomenon. Because the economic development is fundamental to the spread of Chinese culture, grows we firmly believe that Chinese language is going to make global influence.
Yeah, you talk about China's global influence, right? Very good point. Any more? And we can have one more group to do presentation. Anybody want to share your opinion? Okay, your group. Who's the presenter?
Our group disagree with the groups. We think that Chinese language may not become a global language like English in the future. We have two reasons. The first one is the component of Chinese language is hard to remember, and especially for those foreigners who cannot have the time and have the opportunity to learn Chinese. Because it has 2,000 or more of Chinese characters to remember, but English has only 26 words to remember, so it's hard for those foreigners. The second one is Chinese language learning system is different from English. Just like this group I mentioned, the Latin system differs from the Chinese creating system. Because like French, German, English, they have something common, but Chinese special systems have no place in that. So we totally disagree with that Chinese language may become a global language.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I see two groups all hold the opinion that Chinese is. Oh my God. You have something to...
It's our opinion. We have mentioned that the outcome of the English Caucasus part of the world, but I didn't say that we should know English. English is truly indeed to be learned, and yes, we should learn English and learn it well, so we can spread our Chinese culture to the other world.
Yeah, you want to spread our culture through English and Chinese, these two ways. Okay, very good point. From this class, we've learned so much about its past, present, and wondered about its future. So, anybody want to share with us what exactly, after this class, anything changed? What have you learned in this class about unwritten Chinese? What have you learned? Anybody want to share at the end of this class? What did you learn after today's learning? What did you learn? What? You first.
After this class, I learned that the development and histories of Chinese writing system, and also the influence and global affairs about the Chinese writing system.
Yeah, very good. So please. We learn about its history, we learn about its significance. And just like the video mentions that, our Chinese writing system forms a strong bridge to linking this word, to linking China with the world, right? So it carries our culture and history wherever it goes. Now that's after today's, at the end of this class, let's see what is the homework for today. Please write down your report and have it polished. There is an optional job for you to do. Is in the text we mentioned that the Chinese writing system is one factor that has helped the Chinese language and culture survive into today. In the first paragraph, remember? Could you think about this question? What do you think are some of the other factors? Yeah, this is an option one. So today's class is over. Thank you, class.